Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help, and welcome back to another video today. If you guys like the video, make sure to smash the like button. So I'm making this little short-term series about early game goals, mid-game goals, late game goals, and in the future I will be making a end game goals guide for you, kind of just to progress your account towards. If you want to check out the other first two videos, links down in the description below. But today we're going to be focused on late game goals for your account. These are just things that I recommend that you do in order to, progress your account a decent way. Just kind of like little milestones you can go ahead and set yourself. If you guys have any other suggestions, you can leave them down in the comments below so that other people can, see them. But if you guys like the video, remember to like, and on with the video. Alright, so I'm going to be starting off with just random things that I think you should start unlocking, and up with number one is your house. Upgrading your house in the late game is so useful for pretty much everything with Slayer, Blue Scrolls, even questing and just like that. Probably the most important thing and the most thing I use in my Ironman late game the portal nexus. Basically you can put runes into it and have unlimited teleports to anywhere in the game. Literally any teleport you can add to the portal nexus from any of the spell books. It just costs a lot of runes, but it's a one-time investment, and then you just teleport to your house and you can go anywhere in the game. Portal nexus, highly recommend you get that out of the way. There is also the jewelry box, and this will have all of the jewelry teleports, so like things like glories, ring of wealth, skills necklace, all of those will have unlimited charges in the jewelry box. So basically with getting the portal nexus in the jewelry box, you'll have almost every single teleport in the game, excluding fairy rings and the spirit tree. But you can also build a spirit fairy tree in your house, and this will give you access to, right in your house, your own personal fairy ring and own personal spirit tree. Now this is just so amazing because with these three things unlocked, you will have every single teleport in the entire game. The last upgrade you want to make in your house is the Orb Pool. Basically what this pool does is you can just sip it and it will heal everything. It'll heal your health, your prayer, your run energy, and your special attack. This is amazing. I can't tell you how many times, every single time I go to my house, the first thing I do is just sip that pool, you know what I mean? Even if I, use like 20-30% energy, sip the pool right back to 100. It is so good for clue scrolls. It is so good for just every single thing in the game. You're pretty much going to need like 84, or if you want to build every single thing in the house, like 88 to 90 construction if you want the spirit fairy tree. But if you just get like 84, you can build all of the portal, the pool, and the jewelry box, and then later on you can go ahead and build the spirit fairy tree. But yeah, best thing you can do possibly. It's gonna be a big investment for sure. It's gonna cost you a ton of money to get all the supplies to get that construction level, but it will pay off in the long run, and you will not regret getting this over with. Alright, the next thing that I highly recommend you unlock is the third tier in the farming guild, the last tier. This is just something I highly recommend you unlock because I know a lot of people tend to slack on their farming, and this requires 85 farming. Now what's really good about this is pretty much from that point you can plant every single thing in the game for the most part, and then it'll kind of force you to do farming more in a way, and you can also make a ton of money with doing the farming contracts. And overall, the farming guild is just a really cool place to hang out. You can there's a bank there, you know what I mean? It's a very peaceful environment. I do a lot of my skilling inside of the farming guild. But yeah, overall, you can just plant so many more things. You can fight Hespori, you know what I mean? And overall, you can just train other skills. This is what I tend to do, is I would train other skills and then just do all the crops in the farming guild. And then, go train like fletching again, something like that at the bank. And there's also a spirit tree here, so you can go and teleport to the other spirit trees and things like that. Highly recommend you do it. You can make a lot of money off of the farming contracts. So some of the unlocks that I recommend that you get is the Bone Crusher. The full Bone Crusher requires the Elite Mauritania Diary. Basically, what the Bone Crusher does is while you're training Slayer, it will bury bones automatically for you. And you get it actually with the Hard Diary, but you get half of the prayer experience. And if you get the Elite Diary, you get the full experience. So it is the XP of burying a bone, not putting it in at an altar, but over time, this stacks up quite a bit and helps you a lot with Slayer. I also highly recommend that you unlock the herb sack with Slayer. The last video I recommend the rune pouch. The rune pouch is definitely before the herb sack, but the herb sack's very beneficial as well. Just picking up all of the herbs on your Slayer tasks and stuff like that, very, very beneficial for you to get out of the way. Some other unlocks that you might want to keep in mind for Slayer if you are a main account is unlocking Rigor and Augury, the prayers. Basically, you unlock these, you buy scrolls from the Grand Exchange, and it is the best prayer in the game for range and the best prayer in the game for magic. So very useful to just get out of the way if you're going to be doing a lot of Slayer or bossing in the future. It can be definitely worth the investment for you. The next upgrades for sure would be upgrading your armor, getting 3 tiers of good armor. It doesn't have to be the best, you know, you could focus say on melee and buy the best melee gear, or if you're focused on range, buy the most range gear and stuff like that, and then just buy like the Barrows version of the other ones, you know what I mean? Like if you don't use mage as much, instead of ancestral, maybe, you know, get Arams or something like that. But highly recommend you get a set of each of the armors. So if you want to go like to the fullest potential, you can get Bandos for melee training, you can get Armadale for your ranging training, and then Ancestral for your magic training. If you can get all 3 of these armors and then have them in your bank all the time, you know, it'll make you make a ton of money as well, and also you just always have those armors, and you know, they don't degrade. So with Barrows gear, for example, it degrades. These are really good sets of armor that do not degrade over time, and if you can unlock all 3 of these, you know, you're set for every Slayer task. You know, even if you got to do some bossing or raiding or something like that, you have all of these armors in the bank. So I highly recommend you at least, you know, at least get 1 really good set of armor and then work on getting the other 2. But if you can get all 3, that would be amazing. Next, I recommend you learn how to boss on this game. You definitely need to learn a couple of bosses, whether that be Zulrah, Vorkath, whatever type of boss it is. Really dive into bossing, get to know a boss completely. One that you can preferably camp like Zulrah or Vorkath. Just you can sit at these bosses forever and just they print money. I'm just going to use like Vorkath as an example. If you learn Vorkath, you master Vorkath, and you just camp Vorkath, you can make 2 to 3 million GP per hour consistently, you know what I mean? Then you get that big drop as well, and you can some hours make like 20 mil. Really, really good to just farm bosses over time. And you know, once you master a boss, get like 1,000 KC, get a pet at a boss or something like that, move on to the next one, like Zulrah or something, the Money Snake it's called. Zulrah as well, just amazing. Every single kill, you're at least 100k, you know what I mean? And if you work towards it, you can even do stuff like Hydra in the future. But Zulrah, Vorkath, just camp bosses over and over and over again. If you want, like, you know, if you're going for like an item that's like, say the Graze Rapier, for example, I think it's like 120 mil, you know, camp a boss until you get that 120 mil and buy the gear you want. Bossing will change your life on RuneScape. You will pretty much have unlimited money once you start bossing. Like, you know, if you want something, whether it be, you know, an Elysian Spirit Shield, you can eventually get it with bossing over time. And bossing is a lot of fun too, and it will actually make you really confident for doing other things in this game. When I first, you know, got to learn my first couple of bosses, if I tried a new boss out, I would be less like intimidated, you know what I mean? If like right away, I think if you like are in training Slayer or something and then you do your first boss task, you kind of don't really know what to do. But if you've done other bosses in the past, like I learned Zulrah, Vorkath and stuff like that, then when I tried the Abyssal Sire, Cerberus, it wasn't really as intimidating, you know what I mean? So it's really good to learn a boss, camp a boss, make a ton of money at a boss. And yeah, you could even set yourself a goal like, I'm gonna go get the Vorkath pet. I'm gonna stay at Vorkath until I get the pet, and I guarantee you'll make like 500+ million GP from this. Then you can buy whatever you want. You can buy, you know, 99 construction, you can buy 99 herb lore, you know, you can work on building a bank, getting better gear and stuff like that, buying whatever you want. So I highly recommend you learn a boss, just camp a boss, get so much money from a boss. And the thing is, you can always go back to it. You know, you make 100 mil, you go, you know, train skills for a bit, do some other stuff, go back camping that boss. You can even do like a couple 100k C at a time, stuff like that. But learn a boss, get a consistent moneymaker that makes you at least 2 million to 2 to 3 million GP per hour. And this will be so beneficial for your account long term for sure. Alright, time to talk about everyone's favorite piece of content, questing. For real though, questing is very essential, honestly, for getting to the late game. I highly recommend for, you know, being in the late game of the account, just get your quest cape. Why do you just not have it? You know what I mean? Just go for the quest cape, do every single quest in the game, whether it, you know, doesn't really benefit your account at all. You're gonna need to knock it out in the future anyways. Having the quest cape as well is pretty handy. It teleports you right beside a fairy ring if you don't have one built in your house. And you need it to complete the Elite Lumbridge Diary. So just, you know, get the quest cape, knock it out of the way. And if you do not want to do the quest cape at all, I highly recommend, like I said in the last video, you know, get the Barrows gloves. For this video, I'm highly recommending you do pretty much the 3 elite or grandmaster quests of the game. Coming in with Monkey Madness 2, probably honestly the worst quest in the game. This one, it can be done in a couple of hours, but I'm not even lying as I say this. This quest took me 6 hours to do on my Ironman account. Just a horrible quest, man. At the end, you just have to go through this huge ass maze, and if you get caught once, it's over. Monkey Madness 2 is crazy. It's a long quest, but once you knock it out of the way, you unlock some crazy things like demonic gorillas, and you get that little teleport, which is awesome. It even teleports you outside of the 30 wilderness. It's like a little seed pod that's free. Really good to get this knocked out of the way. And then, yeah, you know, you have access to like maniacal monkeys and things like that. Monkey Madness 2, great quest to get out of the way. Then coming in is Dragon Slayer 2. It can be kind of difficult for some players to finish this quest. I personally didn't find it too hard. In the quest, you have to actually kill Vorkath, and then at the end of the quest, you have to kill another dragon, which is even harder. But honestly, after this quest, you get access to Vorkath, which is one of the best moneymakers in the entire game. Highly recommend you get Dragon Slayer 2 knocked out of the way, and you also get access to like Wrath rune crafting and things like that. Very, very good quest to get out of the way. Highly recommend. And the last one, I highly recommend you do the Song of the Elves Grandmaster quest. This one as well, very, very long quest, takes a long time, but then you get access to a whole new city. The Prifddinas City, Song of the Elves City, whatever the hell, I guess in this game it's called the, yeah, Song of the Elves, whatever. Yeah, you get access to a new agility course, you get access to a 2-3 new minigame kind of boss type things. Overall, getting the elf city is very beneficial. There's thieving methods to do there, and just, yeah, you get a whole new city, you know what I mean? Really good. You get Slayer dungeons and stuff like that. Yeah, highly recommend you do that one as well. And if you do all 3 of these, you might as well just get the quest cape. You know, if you can do all 3 of these quests, any other quest to you is a joke, you know what I mean? Just get the quest cape knocked out of the way. Alright, the last thing that I'm going to recommend you guys do before, you know, leaving the late game and entering the end game is I highly recommend you get a couple of 99 skills. I said in the last video, maybe get your first 99, like something like cooking, you know, cooking. Look at this shit cape. But yeah, get something like a couple 99s, whether, you know, you get one hard one maybe, you know what I mean, a couple combat ones, and maybe a couple easy ones. You know, get a couple of 99s, just so you know you're slowly progressing your account to the end game, to the max. And if you do not get a 99s, this isn't like something you have to do, but I just kind of recommend it because then you kind of know what it's like to grind different skills to 99. And if you just have something like cooking, you really don't know what it takes to get a 99, you know what I mean? So yeah, get a couple of 99 skills out of the way, just recommendation. But yeah, for leaving the end game, this is going to sound kind of crazy, but I highly recommend you have 80 plus in all of your skills. 80 in every single skill. Yes, that means agility. Yes, that means rune crafting. Get 80 in every single one of your skills. You know, just round your account up. pretty much the best thing you can do. This way you can do all the quests, you can do most of your achievement diaries, get the 3rd tier of the achievement diaries out of the way, the hard tasks, you know what I mean? You might as well. You have all the requirements and things like that for it if you have the quests and 80 plus in all skills. This will also give you access to 2,000 total worlds. 2,000 total worlds are really good because they will have less players in them for different activities. If, you know, for example, one world has a ton of people doing neck reels in it, you know, you hop to a 2,000 total world, there's less people, and you should have a world free to yourself. But yeah, 2,000 total, a couple 99s, and yeah, overall, I think you should have at least 100 mil bank value, at least at this point. You know, if you can do Zal, Revorcath, make 2 to 3 mil an hour, you can easily get a 100 mil bank value. And yeah, you're getting closer to max. Good job. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video for the end game goals. And yeah, have a great day, and I'll see ya later.